Hello everybody, I'm Nation1980 here with a belated Blu-ray update of sorts. I don't know if people still do this kind of thing on YouTube, but I figured I'd sort of catch up and go over all the Blu-rays I've gotten over the past year or so, and DVDs as well. To start off, we have an old Walt Disney Treasures set, The Adventures of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, a cartoon star that Walt Disney had come up with around 1927. It was taken away from him, and that's ultimately what led to the creation of Mickey Mouse. And for years, the Oswald shorts were not available in any form. And then in 2007, I believe when this set came out, it was a big deal. Finally, some Oswald shorts and material were finally available. I saw this on sale in the Disney Movie Club. I couldn't pass it up. The Walt Disney Treasures sets individually retailed for like $100 a piece back in the day. And up until now, I only had one in my collection, and that was the one with the Reluctant Dragon on it, plus other behind-the-scenes greats, behind the scenes at the Walt Disney Studios. Unfortunately, the nice gold case that this set is packaged in was a victim of those darn security stickers. I tried to get the residue off, no dice. But on the plus side, it comes with a very nice pin. Popeye the Sailor, Volume 1, 1933 to 1938. Another deal. Amazon was selling what usually goes for $60 and up for around $20. So I swooped in, because you can't go wrong with a collection of Fleischer-era Popeye shorts. Walt Disney's Pinocchio, the Signature Edition. Had to double dip because it's Pinocchio, my pick for all-time greatest Disney animated feature, plus some new bonuses and the correction of an audio error that was present on the previous Blu-ray release. As you can see, this is the Best Buy exclusive edition with the lenticular sleeve, and I think it's pretty nice, although kinda bland compared to earlier covers for this animated feature. But you know what? Disney home media has been kinda bad with that lately. More on that some other time. And here we've got the signature edition of another fantastic Walt Disney animated film, Bambi. Another Disney double dip for me. This signature edition added some stuff that wasn't on the previous release, which was the Diamond Edition. Plus, they finally restored the RKO logo to the film's opening credits. First time that has happened since the film's 1997 Laserdisc release. 20 years ago. Anyways, Bambi. What can I say that hasn't been said? Another one of Walt Disney's greatest achievements and a marvel in the world of animated cinema. Duel. Steven Spielberg's debut feature-length film, Duel's Blu-ray, was originally only available in a Spielberg Collection box set that had films I already have of his, so I had to wait for the individual release, and soon enough I got it. A really impressive debut for an iconic director, a great minimalist exercise in sheer suspense and small-scale thrills. Definitely check it out whenever you have the chance. The Black Cauldron. I waited on this one because this DVD came out back in 2010. I assumed that Disney would release it on Blu-ray once they got to the proverbial bottom of the animated features barrel, but in 2015 it was made clear that they had no intentions of giving this a Blu-ray release. So I scooped up the DVD on Disney Movie Rewards in order to get a nice deal. Plus, the old 2000 DVD of the movie presents it in a strange format, minimizing the widescreen ratio that the movie was shot in. I have a lot of issues with The Black Cauldron, but it's a movie that I have a soft spot for, and I admire what it tried to do, especially given the context of the times it was made in and where Disney was in the early to mid-1980s. Ducktales, Volume 1. A reissue of the original Ducktales 27-episode first volume. It was on sale at Best Buy, so I couldn't pass it up. Eventually I'll find the next couple of volumes. Like the other sets I've gotten recently, this was on sale, and I never got the Simpsons sets back when they came out in the early 2000s. And back in the early 2000s, I kind of wasn't interested in the Simpsons. Later on, I became a fan. Once slow little me got the jokes and got all the satire and everything. And the same goes for the Season 2 box set. Got that on sale as well at Best Buy, and I hope to come across Seasons 3 to 7-ish up until it stopped being great. A Goofy movie. Still not on Blu-ray. I figured I'd pick this one up as well because Back when I got it, it was on sale for like maybe $7 or so. With the way Walt Disney Studios home entertainment is being run these days, I doubt this gets a substantial release anytime soon. Which is a shame because a Goofy movie is actually pretty decent, and it has a pretty good fan following. I know D23 did a screening for its 20th anniversary back in 2015, so what are you waiting for, Disney? Get on it! Ghost in the Shell. Finally got my hands on the first adaptation of Ghost in the Shell. If you're wondering, no. I have no interest in seeing the recent live-action film for various reasons. And you could probably guess what those reasons are. Also, this is the Best Buy exclusive steelbook. This is the Best Buy exclusive steelbook with the Mondo design, and I love Mondo stuff. So I couldn't pass this up. Run, Lola, Run. I first saw this film in 2008 when I was taking a film study class in high school in my junior year. The class was a big turning point for me as an aspiring filmmaker and storyteller. Run, Lola, Run showed me back then what you could do with a feature-length narrative and what conventions you can break with such narrative, as the film presents a situation in 3 alternate ways where the events transpire differently. A film that you should definitely check out. Watch it in its original language, German. Don't do the English dub. The Iron Giant is a film many an animation fan cheers on, as it was visionary Brad Bird's first feature film, and one of the best animated feature films of all time. We all know that it was sadly mishandled by Warner Brothers back in the day and it flopped at the box office. I was actually one of the few who saw it in theaters back when it first came out, and it took Warner Home Video forever to give it the suitable release it's been deserving for years and years. If you've never seen The Iron Giant, blind buy it and be blown away. Drive, one I haven't seen yet. It's one I've been meaning to watch, apparently a film shot and composed in a way that makes it feel like it was made in the 80s. Plus, what I've seen of the director's work has me hooked. So, one day I'll make time to spin it. Mickey Mouse Season 1. When this iteration of Mickey Mouse came on the scene, I was already big on it. Some may not like the art style or writing, but I think these shorts are a hoot. For me, they combine early Mickey fun with a modern edge, something that's been missing from the mouse for a long while. April and the Extraordinary World. I'm behind on independent animated features, especially the ones getting spotlights from G-Kids. But I've heard nothing but good things about this one, and it looks like a cool steampunk hybrid of European animation and Studio Ghibli. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Yet another one I haven't seen, but from what I saw of it, I quite liked. Looks like a stylish 60s type spy film based on an actual 60s spy show. Phantom Boy, an indie sensation from what I've seen. Visually it looks gorgeous and the premise seems very cool too. Another G-Kids release. The Finest Hours, a sort of come-and-go Disney live-action picture. I was looking forward to seeing this, unfortunately missed it in theaters, so now I gotta catch up. Yeah, I know, another movie I have not seen that I own. I bet you're probably frustrated at this point. Kung Fu Panda 3, a fine closing to the visually great DreamWorks series, though something of a step down from its predecessors due to its overuse of comedy and its wonky pacing. It's still an animated adventure with lots of heart. Zootopia, Walt Disney Animation Studios' marvelous, original, game-changing animated feature, and in my humble opinion, the best post-Walt film the studio has ever made. This is the Target edition, which boasts its own special slipcover and has more bonus features. This is a rare modern Walt Disney Animation Studios release that actually has a good helping of bonus features. "10 Cloverfield Lane." The Cloverfield series' second installment surprised a lot of us. That Cloverfield wasn't going to be a continuing storyline about a giant monster that invades New York City, but rather a Twilight Zone-esque collection of small-scale weirdo sci-fi movies that probably won't get off the ground elsewhere. 10 Cloverfield Lane is an excellent follow-up, combining great suspense and lots of careful build-up, which culminates with a bang and a cherry on top. This here is the Best Buy exclusive steelbook, which gives it a real Vertigo vibe, and it's really retro too, I love it. Captain America Civil War, one of the best Marvel Cinematic Universe installments to date. Civil War balances so much and has so many great action sequences, but is through and through a great Captain America story despite the abundance of Avengers in the story. This is also a Best Buy exclusive steelbook, and I think it's also very, very nice. The Nice Guys. Unfortunately dumped by Warner Brothers in theaters, The Nice Guys is a slick and stylish callback to 70s buddy cop movies and shows, with its own edge and thing going. Definitely worth checking out. Finding Dory. A very good sequel to Finding Nemo that's all about what it's like to live with a disability that people may not notice, which is something I myself, being someone with Asperger's syndrome, can relate to. In terms of the structure and the pacing, it has issues, but its themes and better moments elevated to a very good sequel status. This steelbook was a Target exclusive and boasts a modified version of concept art as the cover. Star Trek Beyond. Still haven't seen this one. I quite enjoyed the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies for what they were. Just really well-made space action movies. Even the divisive second movie, Star Trek Into Darkness. This, apparently, is Trekkier and more true to the original series. So, I'm excited to give it a look soon enough. Kubo and the Two Strings. Another powerhouse from Laika. Kubo and the Two Strings is one of the best animated features of the past 5 years or so, a beautiful and emotionally resonant adventure story done in eye-popping stop-motion animation, something we need more of in animated feature filmmaking these days. La La Land. Still haven't seen this one either, but the parts of it that I saw, I knew I was going to like it. Can't say no to a musical that's lovingly modeled on 40s and 50s Hollywood films. The Steelbook? It's Best Buy exclusive and very retro looking. Couldn't pass that up either. Queen of Katwe. I think that's how you pronounce it. Still have to see this one of Disney's ESPN Field Sports pictures. Queen of Katwe was supposed to be really good, like a tearjerker. I play chess. I like good Disney films, so I decided to scoop it up. It's also a rare, modern live-action Disney movie that isn't a remake of an animated classic. Now how about that? Storks. This one completely caught me by surprise. It seemed to be a very love it or hate it type film. I feel that this is one of the better zany animated comedies made in the recent years. A very fun blend of classic Looney Tunes style slapstick and off-the-wall humor with such a cool premise. I really liked it. Fitting that it's Looney Tunes-esque because it was brought to you by Warner Animation Group. Doctor Strange. Another solid MCU entry, though a bit on the ho-hum side when it's not being a psychedelic tour de force. But the script is pretty good and the execution of the premise works well. Moana, Disney Animation's latest. While it didn't really bring anything new to the table, it is what I like to call a menu favorite, served up in a way that keeps it fresh and new. Fine story, great songs, some surprisingly visually innovative moments here and there, and the usual mix of 90s Disney ingredients. Like most of my steelbooks, this was a Best Buy exclusive, and it's very nice. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The first standalone movie in the relaunched Star Wars, a film that I found lots of fun and overall well made despite its shortcomings. This Target edition is a bit excessive in terms of the packaging, but it does pack some bonus features not available on other editions, plus you can change the cover to your liking, which I think is pretty cool. The Lego Batman movie. This movie was quite surprising, and it shouldn't have been considering how it was the follow-up to the surprisingly excellent Lego movie. Lego Batman movie doesn't lose any of the luster that made its predecessor work so well, and it's a great, humorous, colorful love letter to the character while still managing to be a pretty emotional story. This was actually the Target edition, which came with a Lego minifigure of Batgirl and some postcards. Nice additions to my shelf. Before I go, I'm on VidMe now, but I'm going under the name KJoKyle92. Link is in the description. See you all next time. Thanks for watching. This is IMAX Nation 1980, signing off.